Pharrell has like the most effeminate looking face. He's like an elf or something. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Don't take that the wrong way.
Why would I take that the wrong way?
Aren't you an elf?
Half elf. All right. I re-rolled.
Why is everyone here a bunch of half elves? We're not gonna have any purebreds left after all this mixing. You guys better stop it. Better stop it.
It's because elves are forever young, man. Can't resist that temptation.
Even the male ones are just like. Did you know the guy who played Thranduil? That's his name, right? The forest elf, king, wood elf king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That guy's from Kentucky.
What?
Yeah, or something like he's from the Midwest. I couldn't tell, you know. Then you actually hear him talk. He doesn't even have an accent or anything. He sounds just like us, but you know, it's
weird.
Yeah.
I just when he was like British or something.
Oh yeah, he pulls it off. Yeah.
Interesting.
He didn't pull it off in the movie, but you know, not that I wanted him to, you know, but whatever. I mean, he looked better than Orlando Bloom. He looked younger than Orlando Bloom.
I wanted him to take it off though.
Either you or Terry will take something off, or I'm walking out of here. Okay. People love hearing other people eat.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of like people out there who have eating fetishes. Just want to watch like people eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
We could be those people. It's a wasted opportunity right here.
Yeah, fetishists who are into listening to people eat.
Mm. Hey, I bet it's out there.
Oh, there's pretty much everything. Yeah.
Someone who has like a tape recorder on their dinner table and just like waiting for their family, and then goes back later and just like before he goes to sleep, just like, oh yeah.
If it goes in or out of the bodies, there's a fetish for it.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I got a King of the Hill fetish.
Oh, you're what? I have a propane fetish. King of the Hill. Let me see.
Could you Boomhauer?
Dang old Boomhauer's voice. I tried to keep trying to do it, but I keep trying to come up with something to say, but it doesn't really matter because you got dang old like.
Yeah, you gotta say dang old.
Like
every fourth word.
Yeah.
Mike's dad sounds just like that guy.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty.
Well, I think some of the mannerisms of my dad kind of reminds me of Hank Hill.
My dad's Bobby.
Your dad's Bobby? That's really great. Hey, Dad, I just discovered this new show called My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Oh, no. Dang it, Bobby.
I like that new show, too.
Where's that last one?
That was Dale.
That was Dale. Dang it, Dale.
Can you do Joseph?
Dude, I like to,
I was
boobs, dude.
I was watching, there's this documentary about voice actors called I Know That Voice.
Yeah, I know that.
And the guy who does Joseph, he says that whenever he talks, he has to like he has to like hold his hands like I don't know, whenever he says he does it, he holds his hands away and he's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, he does the devil horns. Okay.
Or just something like that.
I have to motion with my hands for some reason, just so I can talk naturally, because I sometimes do that.
I mean, that's my life.
Yeah.
With all this Italian blood in me.
So I remember the first time I ever drank something. I didn't want to, get too enthusiastic about it.
With alcohol?
Yeah.
What were you drinking?
Beer. I hated it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we have some brownie tasting beer. They got that for
brownie beer?
Tastes like brownies?
Like, the aftertaste in my mouth was kind of brownie tasting, but the actual beer itself was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like someone who was eating a brownie drank beer and then spit it in your
exactly.
mouth.
I don't think I ever. I got a little buzzed. I don't know. I was trying to keep my composure for some reason. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna affect me. Well, whatever.
No,
I'm
dude,
cool. I'm
get
good.
dizzy. Get with it.
It's like, oh, you'll feel it when you get out of your chair, and I got into my chair, and I was just fine. In fact, when I came back from the bathroom, I did that little thing where you jump up in the air and you click your heels together. I was just fine. No, I'm kidding.
I do that after I have like a really good poop. And I'm like, I didn't want to judge how lighter I am.
Oh my god, I love that feeling.
Can we get you something else to eat?
No, I'm good.
You hungry?
Yeah, I ate before I came over here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You want a cookie? Reggie's got
Yeah, I got. You can't eat this one. I already bit into it. It's mine. I
What
marked
about you,
my
Reggie?
territory.
You want something else?
I'm good.
You guys want a piece of fruit? I got tangerines.
Your dad already
Tangerine.
offered me the tangerine
Tangerine.
skins.
Wait, were there really tangerines?
No, yeah, I do have tangerines if you want one. Those were grapefruit skins.
Just like from The Dark Knight.
Tangerine.
Tangerine. Mike of Caine. Oh, is he gonna die?
Does he say tangerine in the film?
Yeah, in The
Yeah,
Dark
he
Knight.
says a jewel is the size of a tangerine.
Oh, yeah.
So your dad probably just ate a huge jewel. That's what we can. That's what we can
I
construct
don't like
from
the
what
sound of
you're
that. I feel like that's an innuendo or something.
saying.
Walking on my dad eating a huge jewel.
That sounds like a lot of coke.
That sounds like some sort of weird, sort of complimentary racial epithet for Jewish people. I think
A
jewel.
jewel?
I think that's what they
it's
like a
call it-
jewel.
Can you call a Jew a jewel?
like. That's like a category for like
If it's a
female
Jewish,
models.
if
or
it's a
something.
Jewish ghoul,
A jewel. It's like a jewel or something.
Yeah.
You're like the Wizard of Loneliness.
Yeah.
the wizard of it.
One of the other things, I guess I wanted to talk about was the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I already said a little bit on this the last time I brought it up. Was that it runs the risk of let's see, how do I say this? Everyone getting fucking shit tired of it real soon.
Oversaturation.
Yeah, because the release
Oh, yeah.
schedule is really bloated, and with the new Spider-Man stuff, they're having to push back certain things.
Oh, really?
That might help or might hurt. I don't know. But I don't know. If I could say one thing about the separate universes thing in a cinematic realm where the universes are separate, at least the focus is on them, and there's no larger thing that they have to adhere to. With the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's the Avengers. I feel like everything's circling around that.
That's the big thing that they're all trying to converge on.
Yeah, and with X-Men, there really isn't anything like that. There's certain things that they might have to face later that came up in the X-Men comic books, but it could really go anywhere from here. And at least it focuses on them. And I feel like having X-Men in the same world as the Avengers would be kind of a huge conflict. Cause they don't fucking like these fucking mutants. And all of a sudden, like, yay, Captain America! Yeah, Tony Stark! Oh, Robert Downey Jr. Tongue bathing. It's just... Have you seen the new trailer for the Avengers? They are tongue bathing Robert Downey Jr. I swear to God, it was so weird for a split second when they showed the credits at the end of the trailer. Just Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. Big old fucking words. It's the Avengers age of Robert Downey Jr. And Tony Stark is getting the shaft.
I'm okay with
I'm
it.
sorry, Captain America's getting the shaft. Okay, all right.
He's not as fun. People don't like him as much.
Captain America's there to be the voice
The
of
straight
reason.
man,
Yeah. No one
Tony,
cares
help
about
me!
him.
I can't fight this guy. Help me! It's just, he's just getting his ass kicked all the time. Like Joss.
He doesn't have any powers.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I mean, he's like the
Tony
opposite
doesn't have
of
any
him.
powers. Fuck
He's
him.
got like a super suit.
Fuck Tony. Fuck that alcohol.
Alcoholism is his power.
Yeah, I'm fucking lasering your fucking balls off, mister.
And this next movie, Tony Stark causes the issue, right? I mean, like...
Yeah.
Or I thought it was not that he directly caused it, but it's just he made the vessel for this thing to cause the problem.
Right.
So it's kind of
And
like
now,
secondhand.
There
his
are no
fault,
strings on me. Strings. Yeah. People have been complaining about the look of Ultron, and I kind of can see where they're coming from.
It's just like an electric broken Iron Man.
There's, I don't know. His look in the comic books was kind of unique and scary. I remember the first time I saw Ultron, and when I read Secret Wars, back in 2008 or something. It doesn't matter how long ago I actually read it. Before anyone gave a shit about it.
Cool.
Before it was cool, yeah. I remember reading Tales of Suspense before anyone gave a shit about Robert Downey Jr. or Iron Man or any of that shit. Yeah, I'm a comic book hipster, which doesn't matter because I've only been alive for 20-something years. But I just wanted to have a couple of notches under my belt before people started going crazy about it. Because you remember in middle school, I would read those Daredevil comic books. You remember that? They had Daredevil comic books in the library.
I definitely remember going in the 6th grade to the zoo, and you had with you a Fantastic Four comic book.
Really? Oh,
And
okay.
actually, I now possess that comic book.
Yeah.
Took it from him. You beat him up. You threw him in the lion cage. Deal with that, nerd.
Shayna
That's
got it
your
from the
element,
middle
isn't
school
it?
library. Okay, yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
anyway,
They did have they did have comic books in the library.
Yeah.
They didn't have any of the Frank Miller Daredevil comic books, which is
No,
what I
that'd be so
wanted.
good.
They wouldn't have any of that shit. I had to wait later to
He's
get that
asking too
myself.
much.
But they had the older stuff, the earlier Daredevil stuff, where he's fighting like a guy who's like a
Oh
has the
yeah,
power of an
yeah.
owl
I
and
do
all that
remember
shit.
that now. Yeah, you're showing me those.
He's fighting that guy. Yeah,
Information.
that guy.
Yeah, sure. Oh, well, that was convincing. Anyway, Ultron, his look is more of a looks like a Transformer.
Yeah.
I've been saying, which doesn't help that the people who did the effects for Transformers also did it for the Avengers and most of the movies that have special effects in it since the late 70s. So I mean, that's just what's gonna happen. I mean, you know.
When you get that big into effects, you know, they got the same people who know how to do it, you know.
Yeah, because he has a face and he has eyebrows and he has teeth for some reason. And everything.
He's gotta eat.
Hey, what do you think you are?
What is he gonna eat?
what Ultra.
What is he gonna eat though?
Chips.
Potato chips?
No.
Or like
computer.
Chips.
Stupid.
Okay, you got me. I'm sorry.
Shawarma, maybe.
I didn't call him crisps.
He's not even British.
I don't care.
He's not even a British.
They could go to Britain in one part. You don't know.
Yeah, they already did that in Thor. They went to London in Thor. You can't do that. You can't do what Thor did.
Yeah, it's already fucked up.
Yeah, because everyone remembered Thor.
Oh God, Thor.
I saw Thor. And I don't even remember.
I saw half of it.
And that's another thing.
Portman was in there somewhere.
And that's another thing I want to bring up about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I didn't bring it last time. Their villains, in general, are fucking weak sauce, except for Loki. That particular universe, all their villains are weak sauce.
Yeah, because they get beat up after the first movie. Loki's the only one who's really sustained.
And none of them. There's something special.
Yeah. He's still kind of. Loki's kind of a pansy.
Yeah, well,
if he wasn't liked so much by the audience, they probably would have thrown him out.
You have to watch Thor: The Dark World to understand, Sam. God damn it.
If he wasn't liked so much by the audience, Hulk would have killed him in that one scene. He would have just died instead of being okay. Where he just went yeah, he would have just been dead there.
Yeah. Let me see. There's just nothing special about or memorable about most of the villains. I mean, come on, think of your favorite Dark Elf quote from Thor: The Dark World. Think of your favorite Whiplash quote, or what's his name? I don't even remember his name, from Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
The guy with the electric whips.
Where's my bird? Yeah, that's my favorite quote by him.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bring me my bird.
I guess I'm talking out of my ass. Oh, what's your favorite Jeff Bridges quote from Iron Man 1? What's your favorite Abomination quote from The Incredible Hulk? I can't think of anything.
Oh, God. That's asking too much. No one saw that.
Is that Red Hulk?
He wasn't in that
Is that Red Hulk?
He isn't red, Sam. They're both variations of green.
Oh, okay.
So,
it's kind of confusing.
I can't think of anything, you know? And as much shit as the studios, you know, like Fox and Sony gets, at least they made some pretty memorable villains. I mean, Fox struck gold twice with Magneto. They did it with Ian McKellen, and they did it with Michael Fassbender. So he was a great Magneto, and he even under a different director, he still kept that performance because, you know, besides, you know, just disregarding anything that Bryan Singer may or may not have done with those kids, he's still a good comic book movie director, and he's the one who started this whole craze. So
well, helps too that Magneto's actually an interesting character. Holocaust survivor seeks to free his people from what may be another impending Holocaust.
Yeah,
I mean that's deep. No other. I mean, like most comic book villains are dumb.
Yeah,
in a way, yeah.
I'm just here to like fuck up.
Yeah,
I just want my crime lord and my minions.
Exactly.
Yeah, Marvel needs to step up their villain thing. And they kind of did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sitting through this, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not getting these villains. I don't know why they're doing this again. They tried playing that against the goofiness of the movie. And it played out really well to the point where my sides were in pain because of how funny it was. I'm just like, you can't fucking do this in any of the other Marvel movies. Because of just the way the heroes are written, the tone of the whole movie, they made the whole boring villain thing work.
Yeah.
You know, but they had to go literally on the other side of the galaxy to make this shit work. And I don't know about the here and now with the Marvel Universe, if they can pull it off. Because, I mean, the Winter Soldier, he doesn't even say anything.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think that's what he says. And he has his mouth covered, so he can't, like, I'm with you to the end of the line.
And he's just got, like, a metal arm, and it's just like, yeah, cool.
Hey, I'm with you to the end of the line. Hey, I'm with you to the end of that line.
Oh, that's great. We feel a real bond with your character.
Yeah.
Aren't you a robot, or?
I don't know. Like, I knew he didn't die in the first Avengers, because I'm like, oh, he fell off a cliff.
Wasn't it Captain America?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he fell off the train?
Yeah, fell off the train. They say I can't even remember his death, supposedly.
He was just like, yeah, I'll help you get him, Captain America. Oh!
Yeah. And they even have some, like, they had, like, you know, those flashback scenes when in The Winter Soldier to sort of characterize their relationship a little bit more, characterize him a little bit more. And
well, that's all you really get to characterize him at all.
Yeah, just flashbacks from the 1940s. I can't even fucking remember. Maybe Ultron will be a good villain. I hope he is. But his design, his generic design, compared to the one he had in the comic books, maybe they'll bring that up. Maybe that's
maybe they're
not even his final form.
Yeah,
maybe he'll transform into his final form later in the movie. I don't know.
Maybe he'll literally transform into like an Autobot.
God damn it! I got tricked again. God damn it. So yeah, just from the aesthetics, which I'm not going to say is the whole core of the film, but with these type of characters, it's a huge percentage of what they are. So you got to be careful with that kind of shit.
Yeah, you got to put some work into it. You know?
Yeah, you got to pay some
the little
respects
details make a big difference to the right people. And,
yeah, I mean, just look at Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, and then look at Man of Steel. It's just like, what the fuck?
I mean, you don't really want to look at Man of Steel.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Lois has red hair. And Lawrence Fishburne runs a newspaper. Morpheus runs a newspaper place. And for some reason, they let him keep, like, a gold earring, not a gold earring, like a diamond earring. That was so distracting to me in the movie theater. It was just like, he was, like, screaming at me from, like, the corner of his head. It's just like, hey, look at me, I'm an earring. Like, yeah. Perry White has an earring now. Whoa. It's like, shut up, earring. Shut up, goddammit. And it's,
try to play Superman moves.
But he has a damn good voice. Then he voiced the Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movies. Yeah.
Aren't they making another Fantastic Four?
Yes, they are. We'll get on that in a few.
I'm pretty sure he did Darth Vader too.
That was. You're trying to be funny, aren't you?
Yeah, he was in the Sandlot.
Trying to be a Joker.
You're trying to be. He could have played him in one of the video games. I don't know what James Earl Jones is doing. Hey, we need a. Yeah, all you light black guys sound the same, right? Let's just go ahead and do in this movie. That's not true. That's not true, okay? Cowboy Curtis. He just walks onto the set as Cowboy Curtis. It's all like...
Yeah, just place all in Texas. It'll make sense in context.
Yeah.
Talking about
the Marvel
teams in the same universe.
Yeah, and I remember you brought up when we did the Cataclysm Part 2 commentary that it would be nice to see X-Men in the Avengers universe. And, you know, upon reflection, I think, to quote Transformers Dark of the Moon, that'd be a total clusterfuck. Because that's the limits, I think. I think X-Men should stay in its own world in general. Because it's
because they're a whole team? Is that the problem? There are too many of them?
That's part of it, but the whole tone of their world, you know, it just doesn't match up with what I feel is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You're basically kind of action-y.
It's more open to the idea of superheroes. Some of them still don't like them, but I just don't see that world being the same. And any really, if they bring them in, you know, and besides, they already have 2 Quicksilvers. Yeah. And they have Scarlet Witch, so I don't know that's. And that's something I didn't mention. Another thing the studio got right was Quicksilver. I think if the Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, who was funny and his powers were amazing, is probably one of the best centerpieces of any of the movies that came out that year. Was better than the Quicksilver in the Avengers. Then I might be somewhat right because a studio can keep things tightly focused. Sometimes better than others, but with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a lot of things going on, and some of the other stuff might be left in the dust. So, ironically, because he runs really fast, and it's the guy from Kick-Ass who's playing Quicksilver. He's so. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. What's his name? He's just so. He just doesn't do anything for me as an actor. He's just sort of there. Curly-headed guy. Yeah, his role worked for Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2 to a lesser extent, but him as an actor, he was in Godzilla, so. Oh, he was? Yeah. Who did you play? Exactly. You saw that movie, and I didn't. I knew he was in it. I did see that movie. I had no idea. Yeah. Yeah. So that's some of the things. That's some of the things that the studio got right. And people shit on Sony for the Amazing Spider-Man, but they were, as I said before, tongue bathing. Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire and J. Jonah Jameson and Willem Dafoe. I mean, and one kind of crappy movie, and then you go, oh no, they can't handle this shit. Sony cannot handle Spider-Man, and then they rebooted, and they think it's going to be a disaster, which I am one of those people who thought it would be a mistake to let Sony handle it. And I had to double check my older videos, so I didn't sound like a little prick. I still sound like a little prick, but I'm like I said in the video, I don't trust Sony, and when Sony actually didn't get the rights anymore, did I brag about it? I mean, kind of, but
maybe a little.
I don't like being right about things that have an awful result, because one of the biggest issues I had with this whole thing is my time has been wasted. You know, I getting invested in a new world that just ultimately is poorly written and doesn't go anywhere. I guess it's easier for me to just sort of drop it off, but I just wish Sam would stop texting so he can listen to what I'm saying. Sam? Oh, okay.
I'm making a sword out of my napkin.
Well, I feel like a dick, don't I?
Yeah, I feel like a goddamn idiot. He's gonna protect you with that sword.
I was just fucking with you, Sam. I know.
And you can start putting the music in your videos now?
Hell no, they still own the rights to those music. I don't even want to use. It's been so long since I even considered using music from any of the Spider-Man
movies.
Right,
because you started producing your own music and you don't need them anymore.
It's past that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Way above it.
Made you grow as a person.
Yeah.
You should thank them.
Yeah, at least I can keep a continuity going for more than 3 years or something. Because this has been going on since 2008. So how long ago was 2008? What was it?
7 years ago.
7? Oh, Jesus Christ! I've been doing this for 7 years. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just saying.
That's a lot.
Just saying.
That's a lot of time I spent. Anyway. Any freaking way. You guys know who Movie Bob is?
Oh yeah.
No.
From The Escapist?
Bob Chapman, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The guy, the real life Mario?
What?
Look it up, Sam. Oh shit. Recently he was let go of The Escapist. And this is on subject because he is a nerd and he talked about the Marvel Cinematic Universe a lot. And when Sony lost the rights to Marvel, he made a post on The Escapist, one of his final ones, because he was let go from The Escapist. And
oh boy,
look up Mario. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that power stance. He's fucking ready. He's ready. So he made one of his final blog posts on The Escapist was him bragging about the rights going back to Sony, but it wasn't so much about the rights being taken away from Sony. It was more about him being right about it being a bad idea all along.
Oh yeah.
And the way he addressed the audience, the way he brags about it. He even had a silly little poem that he wrote for it, and it's just like, dude, that wasn't an unpopular opinion 6 years ago or 5 years ago. Everyone felt the same way as you. It's. I think the problem with his writing style, he doesn't know how to address an audience. He addresses everyone as if they all disagreed with him to a degree. He doesn't make any concessions. He doesn't have any considerations for the audience.
He's a very closed-minded, kind of self-centered person. Yep, there's your.
I don't even know what
he wrote a book that broke down Mario to such an anal level.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
People actually reviewed his book and they were like, "Is this written by a child?"
His tweets are quite amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The way when the whole Gamergate thing happened, I tried avoiding talking about Gamergate because this is primarily a gaming. Yeah, I just meant initially when it exploded. Yeah. I decided to stay as neutral as possible, and I still am, even though in my past videos I said some ill things about Anita Sarkeesian and the like.
But...
Yeah, see, there you go. He's bragging about it. And that was just for that was just for something she said about Legos.
Yeah,
I thought that was
just offhanded.
Because it's not like they're marketing things to. They were marketing a brand of Legos to girls, and she made a comment about how sexist that was, and I disagreed, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
It's there's a whole bunch of toys out there that are marketed to girls.
Yeah, and if they buy it and they like it a lot, then it is marketed to them. Then no one really is offended. If someone markets something to me, even if it has something to do with my demographic, and is solely, categorizing me as a certain demographic, but I want the product, I'm not going to be that offended.
Yeah.
If I really like it. I mean, the commercials might put a bad taste in people's mouths. I understand that, but
like the vibrating Harry Potter brooms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
they should keep making those, all right?
Masturbatory aids are specifically designed
by the people and for the people.
But certain people, actually,
certain children
should not buy that or find it somewhere in their mom's drawer.
No, they should disguise it as a broom that you sit on.
Then the kids might accidentally, get into it.
Well, it's not accidentally if you tell them that's one of the major buying points of it.
Yeah. If it's already brown, then, you don't have to do much to it. Just add some bristles to the end of it.
Oh my god.
The Nimbus.
It's getting warm in here.
The Nimbus 2000. Someone made Avengers dildos.
Really?
And vibrators.
I don't.
Yeah.
You say that like that's a shock. 3D
3D
printing is the way of the future. This shit can happen.
No, it wasn't like their actual. It was just like in the style of that specific character, like Iron Man's and Black Widow's for some reason.
Was Iron Man just like metal plated?
Yeah, you can look it up if you want. I don't know if you want it on your history.
Come on.
It's an Iron Man dildo.
Yeah.
You already got a Pagoda on there. You can't go much further.
Just Avenger. You can type it.
I hope you put these pictures on the commentary. Yeah?
Oh shit! I have to do that, don't I? Did. No, you know how to spell dildo, Sam. Don't lie to me.
Didlow.
Diddlier.
Prepare your diddly hole. That's it. The first one right there.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's official or not, but those are it. You can see holes.
Is that Hawkeye?
No,
That's Black Widow. Of course,
Hawkeye's over here.
Oh, he's got that.
That double.
Of course, he does.
He's got that butthole thing. These all look like they all kind of looks like a cigar.
Of course, it does.
They all look like.
So is
and it glows. I don't know if it actually glows, but that would be kind of dangerous.
Who's this supposed to be? Oh, it's Thor.
Thor, yeah.
Yeah. You think it
They
would
should just made it like a hammer. The pussy hammer. Just shove it
Oh my god.
Get to work.
Oh no.
Oh god. The way women sort of just spawn over Chris Hemsworth, it should have just been just a white dildo or something. I don't know. They didn't have to do anything.
But
with
hey,
it.
you're thinking only women are using these. There's some guys out there who's putting
And
Hawkeye in his
I'm
butt.
pretty sure they would want the association with the actual,
I mean, I don't know where this
don't know.
extra one goes, but you know.
Of course, Hawkeye would just be like, yeah, he has the
It should have been an arrow.
the shocker or something.
Should have been an arrow.
What
is that?
The original Iron Man dildo.
I remember.
Straight out of the caves.
I remember someone commented on these. Where's Nick Fury's? And someone, of course, posted one that might have been Nick Fury's as a joke.
Oh my god.
Same thing with Black Panther and the Falcon. It's like,
Is
okay.
it just a black dick with
It's
an
like
eye patch over the pee hole?
Oh man.
Oh Jesus.
Yes, yeah. All the beefcake shots, I'm going to call them beefcake shots. I don't know if that's actually a term. All the beefcake shots in Thor are just ridiculous. There's a scene in Thor: The Dark World where he's just like washing his upper torso, all these shiny muscles for no fucking reason. It doesn't even do with the rest of the film.
Well, I feel like a lot of the Thor movies had more of like a romantic subplot going on to it, which is the reason why I didn't really enjoy or even
There's a lot of non-action.
attempt to see the second one because I was like, he just keeps falling over this girl from Earth that he just runs into.
Yeah, and
gives him a cup of coffee, and he falls in love with her.
It was the caffeine, really.
Yeah, Kat
like
Dennings is in it too, and she's so fucking annoying. Kat Dennings' voice is so.
Oh yeah.
Thor, hey, it's me, everyone. Kat Dennings, I'm so wacky.
Like all the.
And she doesn't even have the courtesy to wear a low cut top. And don't get on
I
me.
ain't gonna put it out there. Put him out there. Show
Okay.
us those sweater puppies.
It's not me, okay? Those things are ridiculous, okay? Because they have all that Thor beefcake stuff in there. So I want the equivalent.
He got his dick outlined on his pants. He just put a little chalk outline so you know where it is.
I guess you can say.
Ladies, this way.
I'm not a pervert, okay? For wanting to see that.
On the record.
Yeah.
Ray's not a pervert.
Well, not in that sense. I mean, that's just logical. It has nothing to do with perversion. That's just logical.
Sure, you're gonna market this irritating character.
Yeah.
Make her contribute something.
Exactly. It's just like with Alfred in Battle of the Five Armies.
That's my main thing. That's why I don't like I didn't like, because they're just there to get caught or to get like in trouble for Beefcake to come and save her.
Yeah, and so all the girls can just pretend that's them in the movie theater.
That's the main reason I didn't really enjoy Iron Man 3 as much. That's all that was. It's just,
I don't think
Pepper. Oh, gotta go save Pepper. And like
I was too distracted by Gwyneth Paltrow's midsection to really get that. Oh fuck! I did it again. I'm so sorry, guy.
Put more of that midsection out there. That's what we like.
She was like sweaty and everything. What am I supposed to do?
Midsection more of the middle.
I'm
just
sorry.
Bigger navels, bigger everything.
I'm sorry. I keep doing this. But
Don't
my
apologize for who you are.
My brain instinctively does that for some reason.
So does it like a million other people's brain.
Yeah,
like you're hardwired to think that way.
They need to step up the way they're writing some of these movies because they got the tone and everything down. It might get a little old in some places and formulaic, but they have to punch some things up here and there. This
last year, I kind of I've been watching all these like superhero movies, and I'm just kind of like coming away from them kind of underwhelmed. Yeah. And then they get all this list of like, oh, look at all the other shit we're putting out. at least put like some like suspense into it, like, oh man, when's the new this shit
Just-
coming out?
just
But now
wait.
they just
The
give,
waiting's the part of the fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know what's gonna come next, so I don't know.
yeah, I don't.
Just don't announce any sequel. Just
Like-
announce it like a year later or something like that.
But don't just tell me your whole 5-year, 10-year plan of what you're planning to do with your franchise. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I guess there's no suspense of, are they gonna make the fucking Ant-Man movie? It's like, no, it's written right here. It's coming right after Thor 3, my bigger dick.
With comic books, you always kind of are getting something new that you haven't seen before with the character, and I wish the Marvel superhero. I wish they would do that. I wish they would. Some things they have to establish first, but I wish they would, kind of be their own little thing more, so people can get invested in a new.
Well, aren't they? I mean, retconning like most of is it Marvel that are doing it? Like where they're like the New 42 or something?
That was New 52.
New 52.
That's DC.
Oh,
Marvel.
DC.
I think Marvel did. Did Marvel reboot some stuff?
I think Marvel did reboot.
Well,
I know
I-
DC definitely did for the New 52.
Yeah. All I know is that there's like this big like convergence that was gonna eventually just make like a whole like comic book universe like either start over or like align with like the movies that they're coming out with.
DC or Marvel?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Because that's the thing. I'm not big. I don't like subscribe to comic books at all. I just
Okay.
kind of something that popped up on my radar.
Yeah.
I'm reading the new Batman 52.
Oh, really?
It's pretty cool.
Oh, another thing I saw. Did you see this thing about people getting upset about this like alternate Batman cover that's coming out?
Was it
It's-
Catwoman? Or
Yeah, the Catwoman one.
Catwoman 0?
No,
Or-
it was all right. It was just like it was this alternate.
Oh.
I think it was like an alternate cover to like some new Batman book, and it had
Batgirl?
it had Batgirl,
Okay.
and she was like being held by the Joker. She was had like a really terrifying face on her, and he painted like red, like a smile mark on her,
That's
and
nice.
and you just like standing there
Oh,
like
is it the Killing Joke?
I mean
It was a
maybe,
reference
but all
to
I
it.
know
Oh,
is that big people like a lot of the feminist community was getting upset, like
Every
showing women getting effeminated, and then the people commented with all these like pictures of like male superheroes, like the one with Bane breaking Batman's back, and it's just like, hey, what about these?
Exactly. Like, I don't. This happens every single time they come up with. Every single time a comic book cover comes out with a female character in a certain position, they always come up with something. It's like that one Spider-Man or Spider-Woman comic with her, the way she's sort of like in that spider pose where she's like and her ass is sticking out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that is slightly titillating, but she's in a fucking skin tight outfit. That's all she's ever been. She's wearing the. I don't. What do you want me to do? All right, Spider-Man is in a fucking skin tight outfit too.
I mean,
You get a lot of groin shots. Spider-Man.
Exactly. That's everything. That's Spider people. They do that. That's part of their shtick. That's part of their visual aesthetic. It's the angles that you can put them in. All the artwork that can come from that. Todd McFarlane, one of the writers for, not writers. I think did write some. He did write some Spider-Man comic books, but he's a pretty well-known artist on the Spider-Man comic books back in the 80s and 90s. He took full advantage of that, and a lot of his artwork is very easily recognizable as Spider-Man. The angles and all the webs going everywhere and all that crazy shit. Some people see a physical attraction to some of that stuff too. I mean, and mostly it's guys.
Some people see
but,
physical attraction to their goddamn toasters. I mean,
yeah, that too.
All of us.
yeah.
And I heard
I fuck a bread maker.
there were some similar complaints for. I'd stay away from the panini maker.
Oh, the panini. Oh,
Yeah, that's
she got a bite to
That's
her.
dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that Tim and Eric sketch with the panini.
That smells like horse.
So, yeah, I think something similar happened with Catwoman, but it's Catwoman. What are you gonna do about it? So I guess we should move on to DC because I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with DC's movies.
Yeah, I am not I'm not in tune to like the Marvel universe as much. I'm way not in tune to what DC's doing.
I hope they don't do what Marvel is doing in terms of tone because we don't need DC to do that.
No.
DC has the opportunity to be the upset, and as I said on the other thing that we did, they have all these television shows, and that's a better format for these characters to live on.
It's true.
And with all these films, it's such a huge thing every single time, And
Yeah.
I mean, it can get tiring.
The stakes
It really
are
can.
always like in TV and film. The stakes are usually different.
Yeah.
It has to. You can't just have like one episode of a TV show be like the end all be all. It's like, hey man, we got another season, going on.
Yeah.
But with a movie, you got an hour and a half to make some big epic thing.
Yeah, and it's the convenience. And as Sam said, and when we were talking about this, a lot more people care about television than they do film because of the convenience. I mean, what are you gonna do?
It's a different pacing.
You're gonna go out and see fucking Thor throw a hammer around again, and then wait like 2 years to see it again, or you're just gonna sit down and watch.
But
Gotham,
dude, the thing he throws his hammer at,
Carter.
or the thing he throws his hammer at, are like way eviler.
Yeah,
I mean.
Is it a robot or an alien?
If I can
I don't know, but it's getting beat up. Oh yeah.
If I can bring up Kat Dennings one more time, what are people going to go see? They're going to see, fucking her in her nasally voice in Thor: The Dark World, or watch Broke Girls, where yes, she is parading that cleavage out wherever she goes. It's just all up.
Oh god, no,
that's part of the show.
Broke Girls.
Yeah, she stars in it with Beth Bears.
So much more respect lost.
Yeah,
What's that?
It's just some shitty like.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh yeah, was it two broke girls?
Yeah,
two broke whores.
We don't have money. Premise.
Oh, I stole that joke from Mike. Mike from Red Letter Media. I'm sorry, Mike. I know you're watching this.
Just Mike.
Mike.
Pizza Man.
Pizza roll.
Pizza roll. Pizza roll. Pizza roll. Wants a pizza? A pizza? Who wants a? If you don't, I'm gonna shove it up your ass. Yeah, people like TV. It's the convenience of it. It's like why people like downloading things digitally versus going out and buying a CD. It's more storage. It's faster. Mm-hmm. And if corporations want to keep up with that quick demand, they have to adapt, or they'll die in the process. Yeah. And if DC can be the upset and win people over with their television shows, in occasional animated DVD releases, and I don't know about the films because it's just starting a new continuity and it can go anywhere from here.
Like Ben Affleck, they've been talking about.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
That's been
that rat fuck.
Oh man, I guess I'm in the minority again. Well, it could go either way.
Yeah,
but
it's gonna be bad.
DC, come here. DC, come here. Come here. Don't tell Marvel I told you this, but you guys have some of the best written stories and the best villains. Way better than Marvel. Anything Marvel has ever done. Run with that. You can do it. Okay? I believe in you, DC. I believe in Harvey. DC. Okay? Don't tell Marvel I told you. Okay.
Did they making that Gotham show?
Yeah, that's one of the shows they have on. And that's another thing.
Is that any good, though?
I don't know,
because that's the thing. Like,
my mom loves that show though.
That's like that movie they haven't isn't Flash on like the CW or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Arrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't know. Some of them based on like the channel they get on might affect just how good they're like
Supergirl is definitely going to be affected by the CW.
Oh my god, have you heard?
There's a Supergirl show?
Yeah, it's coming.
What?
We'll talk about.
No, if you want to talk about bad shows in the CW, talk about iZombie.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
iZombie is about a zombie living in just an active zombie living in real life.
What?
Who I think she works at a morgue, and when she eats the brains of her victims, she can figure out how they were murdered. And it is the dumbest shit.
Also, twist. She's kind of hot. That's
no.
I think I have a zombie. Oh god damn it! I did it again. I'm sorry. I'll stop talking.
So she's like a corpse.
Yeah, she's a zombie. She looks. I mean, all they did to her was really just put like some heavy eyeliner and make her like blankly stare.
That's part of the point I was trying to make, is that she's still she's not ugly.
It's
zombie,
It's not like she's Romero zombie where she's missing half her face and clawing at you, but she's just it's. Think of what Twilight did to vampires.
Okay,
it's doing this to zombies.
Sure. So it's like that one Romeo and Juliet movie, but with zombies. What was it called?
What, the one with all the guns and stuff?
Oh, what's
the modern Romeo and Juliet one?
No, the other one. It was like they used Romeo and Juliet as like a structure for the story.
What's that story?
No, I know what you're thinking of.
It's just so unremarkable. My brain can't.
It's like
pick up on it.
It's like Cold something.
Oh god.
Does it have zombies in it?
Yeah,
yes.
Came out recent. No, like last year or something, like 2 years ago.
Oh, I think it's the one where the zombies come to life.
No, it's about one where like it's like halfway into like the apocalypse. Like zombies are like trying to fight or like the humans and zombies are fighting, and then like there's this one zombie who falls in love with a girl.
Yeah.
And then, like, the love turns them human again.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I think it's like
something.
Cold Hearts or something. Like,
Something
to do with like him being cold.
In that general vicinity.
I'm looking it up.
DC needs to get their shit together, seriously. They're embarrassing themselves, and they have the opportunity to beat the upset once everyone gets sick and tired of Marvel. Or they could get sick and tired of DC. Most people are getting sick and tired of DC. But they can do this, because they have a lot of great stories in their comic books. I just wish they really took that opportunity to bring it out.
Just tap into them.
And with
literally panel for panel, done.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, it's just
converting comic books should be the easiest thing in the world. Shot for shot, it's done for you.
No, we got
warm bodies.
Warm bodies. Yeah,
it wasn't being cold; it was being warm.
Right.
Okay, it's
because the love warms them.
Right.
It doesn't make any fucking sense because of their muscular
it's
structure
like
and everything.
It's like I Frankenstein.
Oh my! I didn't see I Frankenstein.
Basically the same thing. Oh man, you're such a hideous monster.
We were playing footsie. I'm sorry.
You're such a hideous monster, but I love your chiseled abs, Frankenstein.
Yeah, Aaron Eckhart, who's Two-Face.
It was Aaron Eckhart. Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing in that movie? I thought he was better than this.
He's just going around with his Franken knives. So you want to talk about Fantastic Four?
Oh shit! Yeah. Do I have to do this? Okay, I might as well get this out of the way now. This is probably going to cause.
Because I don't know anything about it except that. Like, it's back. I didn't think they were gonna make another Fantastic Four movie.
This whole thing I have on my list here is just mostly casting decisions.
You mean mistakes?
In a lot of these Marvel movies, God, this is a touchy subject. You know, it's the whole kebab.
The whole kebab.
Yeah, when they whenever they change, you know, the race of characters from, you know, their comic book origins and
who could they change? The thing
they changed Johnny Storm.
Wait, really? How can they change one?
Exactly. They
so wait, what is different between Johnny Storm?
Either one of them are adopted. I don't remember which. I'm pretty sure Sue Storm is adopted.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I get. I don't know how it's gonna play out. To me, does
that make like a huge difference though?
I don't
know.
So
your brother and sister. I mean, I guess it wouldn't. Like one of them adopted. You can just write that in and be done.
Like, how was it originally?
They're just brother and sister. They're both.
Oh, now they're adopted.
Yeah.
No, one of them's black.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, you didn't say that. You was like, oh,
you kind of
just like just one orphan kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, and I guess, you know, I don't have that much of a problem with changing the race of a character. It just depends on what am I also getting with this race change. Is the character going to be different overall? Yeah. Then I don't have a problem with it. It's like with
Fury doesn't matter. You can go back and forth.
With Electro, you know, it's just like his whole character is different. Then okay, fine, I'll go with it. But there were so many other things wrong with it than just the fact that his race has changed. We didn't even bring that up. I didn't even give a shit because everything was just so awful.
So much wrong. Yeah.
And when we talked about you know, the casting decisions and, you know, the Amazing League of Spider-Man, if it was real, just a bunch of, you know, just speculation. And fantasizing. I kind of was playing a little trick on you there. I just wanted to see what our responses would naturally be. And we didn't really consider changing the race of anyone. It never really kind of came up. We're just like, okay, who looks like this character? Whose acting abilities are within a certain margin? Can they pull it off? What about this other guy? What about this other person? And we were joking around here and there, but, you know, it was mostly focused on that. And, you know, naturally we didn't really, you know, break from the mold that much.
True.
So I found that interesting. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, it makes you kind of think, like, what the people making this movie were kind of like, they saw the basis for Johnny Storm, and they're like, no, we have to change this, like, why do they have to change that character?
Yeah, it kind of disrupts everything else because, you know, 3/4 of them are related by marriage, so you're gonna have, if you're changing something, it's gonna have a larger effect.
Yeah, they obviously cast. Like, put thought into like changing characters. It's not like, okay, this guy. There's our four. It's like, no, they spend time poring over their options of like, who do we make this character, and it's like, you know, it makes you think like, why even change that?
Yeah. Generally,
who are they trying to appeal to?
They're all younger, and we'll get to the appeal first. Okay, everyone's playing footsie with me. I'm sorry. I have really big feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're just so silky smooth. You put cocoa butter on those? Put cocoa butter in your little piglets?
That's
your little toesies?
that's the fabric of the socks, dude. It's I have silk socks.
Yeah.
It's awful, actually.
You secrete those sweet oils.
Oh my god. I was wondering who this movie was supposed to appeal to. I think they're trying to go for as many demographics as they possibly can. Mm-hmm. I think they figure if they get, a black character in the movie, they can get part of the black demographic. They can get the fanboys, some of the family in there for the adventure and the discovery. And I like how they're focusing on them being... I think they're focusing on them not being so much as crime fighters, but adventurers and explorers. I think that's cool. Yeah. I think originally that's what they kind of were. And I remember in Ultimate Fantastic Four, which I thought was really good, at least the beginning of it was really good, and I lost interest. They were explorers. They were trying to explore another dimension, and going in through that dimension gave them their powers. Of course, Dr. Doom kind of fucked with their machine, and that gave them their powers. But the whole origin was very interesting, and I suspect...
Wait, so Dr. Doom hated them before they had powers?
It was, they kind of grew up together.
He hates everyone.
Baxter Building.
His last name's Von Doom.
Dick.
Yeah, I think it was spelled differently, but I wasn't sure how it was pronounced in the comic book. That
Von
particular
Dam?
comic.
It's Doom.
Von Dame, I think? I don't know. Oh, guys, it's been so long since I read it, but I kind of skimmed through it a little while ago, and I remember just some great ideas that are in here for a Fantastic Four origin story. Because in this day and age, they're kind of silly, but focusing on them being explorers rather than crime fighters, I think that a lot of can come from that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look at what that was a big hit with Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of. Yeah. Just renegade kind of people, kind of doing their own thing, but then kind of forced into the hero role.
Yeah,
yeah. It's cool to break from the monotony
of just like, this is my city.
Exactly.
It's just. But the trailer itself, I wasn't too impressed, but a lot of it did feel like Ultimate Fantastic Four, a lot of the story elements.
There's a trailer out for it?
Oh, yeah.
I've only seen the poster.
Yeah, the CGI looks really awful. I think it's because it's not done yet, but I've heard some bad things from the set.
But then why
movie is a disaster.
To
retain the rights, to keep the rights, that's
what... Then don't release the parts that are CGI, release the parts that are, setting up the story, not, showing off the unfinished thing.
But we gotta get people into the thing by showing off the...
You don't show the thing to get them into the thing, alright? You tease them with the thing,
literally
so that they want the thing.
I just say, you can't show the thing without showing the CGI.
Yeah. It's like the thing from the first Fantastic Four movies looks better than what they have here. It's ridiculous. And, from the trailer, some of the stuff from Ultimate Fantastic Four was the fact when they get onto this machine, what they're trying to do is transport themselves. I think it's inventing transportation. And what Reed Richards did as a child was he discovered this dimension that you can pass through certain things and it can appear in another portal or something like that. Something like that. And for his science fair project, he made these toys disappear. And it appears at this laboratory that's actually working on the same thing at the Baxter Building. And the Baxter Building is like this building for just, like a giant, what's it, think tank or something? Not think tank. It's just, they invest in young minds and then they feed them.
It's a Kickstarter.
Something like that. It's like some sort of school for gifted kids or something like that. It's like a weird sort of...
Like Hogwarts?
Something like that.
You're a genius, Harry.
I'm a what?
Oh, you don't know? You're a genius.
What?
Never mind.
It says right here in your Satan readings.
I think, they're trying to reach all these demographics, but, they don't really have the guts to go full forward with it. Because as I said, most of the cast is related, and, most of the characters are related. So why not just make them all black? They're never going to do that.
Yeah.
They're never going to do that. That's too risky. That's too damning.
Yep.
So would that be awesome, huh? The Black I don't know what you'd have to call them, the Black Fantastic Four. Yeah. You could just call them,
the Blacktastic Foe.
It's foe.
Yeah.
It's...
How about this? The Fantastic Five. All of the original Jacksons. Someone standing in the Michael.
I don't know how you're gonna do the original five because one of them is,
Yeah, wow, yeah.
They get,
white.
they get 50 Cent to fill it.
That's only
He's
half
not-
a
Box hologram.
That's
Get another use.
That's $50 though. You gotta get.
They don't
That
even
would be
program it
4.5.
differently. It's just doing the same stage routine. It's just in the movie. Like, it just go, it just like...
Yeah, they're doing the
like,
shuffle
like
thing.
that,
Yeah.
but it's like in a serious scene, like, we have to find Dr. Doom.
Oh man.
You can be the stretchy one. It'd be a weird cartoon show where Jack Jackson fucking, hey, ABC. Just getting punched in the face. 1, 2, 3.
4.
Yeah, they gotta add the 4. They gotta add the 4. It's
man.
just that, it's like, what's the 4?
Yeah. 4. Yeah, but they don't have. It would be a disaster to try to market that kind of film.
Oh, yeah.
They already had a tough time with Annie, but that was only 2 characters that they changed. But everyone called it Black Annie.
Well, 'cause that's what-
Really, you can't just say Annie, but you know.
I mean, that's what it was. I
I
mean,
mean, it's the shift. I mean,
Yeah.
you did go to black.
yeah. I mean, if you're looking at it, yeah, it's Black Annie.
It's,
Yeah.
It's, Annie is.
If
indeed
they
black.
was black before and they changed to White Annie, it would be White Annie.
It's actually
Yeah.
interesting because Annie was a ginger, so it's like you just added all
Yeah.
the melanin, and it's like boom.
They
Yeah,
should
you-
have still
She
made
could
her.
have just been albino black.
They should have
Annie to
still.
begin with.
Should
Yeah.
have still made her a red.
Or she would have been she would have been sacrificed to the African spirits if she was actually
An albino.
or something like that. I don't know how it works down there. It's a different world. Not the TV show that had a lot of black people in the cast. That was a spin-off from the Cosby Show. Oh no, I'm bringing up Bill Cosby. Oh God, this is spinning out of this is spinning out of control. Oh. Let's get back on topic.
Speaking
now.
of people who you think are gonna die.
They want their diversity quota and they want their demographics, but they don't want to go too far, or else
And they
they'll
don't
lose
want to show
something
you the
else
sweet.
important.
They don't want to show you the finished special effects yet. They
Yeah.
want to tease you with shitty looking thing.
Or the the possible interracial scenes that might happen. I
Was the first thing? How much? Do you know?
which would be completely fucked up because they're related.
Adopted.
In the first Fantastic Four movie, do you know how much of that of the thing was practical effects?
I think most of it was practical.
Yeah.
They just got the guy from The Shield. What was his name? Michael Chiklis. To and what I find, this will never stop being funny to me. The director for the Fantastic Four movies and the Human Torch in those Fantastic Four movies, the races switched when you compared them. So think about that for a second. If Human Torch was white in the first Fantastic Four movies, that means the director was
Black.
Exactly. I know some people are going to look at this and go, oh, well, black people just want everything. They just want to take over everything. Like, did you guys not see that first Fantastic Four movie? I know they were awful, and that's probably not helping my case here.
It's like, well, I don't think anyone does.
He kept it. I mean, barring that one blind girl who dated Ben Grimm, who was white in the comic books.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything else, he pretty much kept it the same. He was closer to the comic books than this one appears to be, especially with the cast and the relationship with the cast, which a director has to work with. So he was competent enough to pull that off. It's just the story was shitty, which is ironic because his last name is indeed Story. So
Can't get a good story.
yeah,
You can only get one good story.
yeah. I mean, it was a comic book movie in the most default sense of the word. If it came out 10 years before, it would have been well loved, but people would look at it like, yeah, it's got some crows in its eyes. Its recommendation comes with an asterisk and everything else. So, yeah, I find that amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not. I don't think this is a race thing. I think this is just marketing and politics.
Yeah.
Mostly marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think people are trying to make it more than it actually is. I think there's about maybe 3 schools of thought that are going into this kind of thing. I think one of them is a group of people that think black people should not be in anything. That's a large group too. There's another group that says they should be in everything no matter what. And there's another group that kind of goes, okay, I'm not crazy about the race change, but I'm not like these other 2 people. I think those are the largest factions here.
Yeah.
And I think I may be somewhere in the middle with this issue because it has to be a case by case basis. Because if I didn't know about a race change, and it just sort of it all works together, and I don't really notice it all that much, then what would be the problem in the first place? Mm-hmm. There isn't any problem affecting all these other things, and I just it's like
Well, I guess it could be like if they're trying to push, like if they're trying to like become sort of like what the comic book narrative is, and it's like kind of like they're going off base by just adding like they're changing a whole character, and it's like kind of like what are they trying? Are they trying to follow the comic books and like what they're doing, or are they trying to be like, nah, man, we're doing our own thing. Right. Check out this new guy.
Another thing that comes into it is is the race of the character intrinsic to the actual character, and with Johnny Storm, the way he's described by some people as that sort of white bread, sort of kind of douchey, arrogant sort of
Aryan.
I wasn't gonna say that, but sort of a cocky sort of douche with a heart of gold or something like that. If that's entirely intrinsic, I guess so. I mean, the guy who directed the first movies didn't take that big of a risk in terms of the race. He just
If anything, it should be Mr. Fantastic. That makes the most sense. You don't have to throw in some weird adoption story.
But there's no black scientist.
If you put glasses on him, bam, and Mr. Fantastic has glasses. You couldn't do the thing because the thing is orange. It wouldn't make a difference.
Let's just say they had really strict racial quotas because there's a quota for pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, deep down there kind of is.
Yeah, so let's say there's really strict racial quotas here, and it's not gonna. We can't market this movie unless we have at least one person who's black. And we can't do what the last Fantastic Four movie did because we don't want to be like that movie.
There's already a silver guy in there. He carried the whole quota.
Yeah.
And he was.
They could have made the Thing black, because then it would he's already. Yeah. And for people who don't like seeing black people on screen, he's like, oh, he's the Thing. Okay, fine. That's how I see them anyway.
Oh,
people who want
very marketable though. Imagine a group of black people saying like, okay, so we get the Thing. It has to be Johnny Storm because they can't do the Thing because if you're gonna have a black guy in the film, you want him on screen and not. I feel like him turning into the Thing would be weird. And they won't do Mr. Fantastic because an interracial relationship is too risky for them.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So they default to Johnny Storm.
No, what if they made the woman there and then she would just stay invisible the whole movie? You could have your cake and eat it too.
Well, Mark, she's already a woman, so regardless of her race, she's invisible.
Why do
you think that was her original power? She didn't have force fields in the original comic. She just turned invisible.
Sometimes reference this black voice as this invisible person right here.
Where are you going?
Oh boy!
Don't talk to me like I'm not here. I'm here. Or he's just like, Urgh.
They wouldn't choose a black female lead.
Yeah, they could go with Kerry Washington, who played the blind black woman in the first Fantastic Four movies.
It's kind of weird to bring her back though.
Yeah, as a different character.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Just get Rihanna to do it.
It's Kerry with a K, Sam.
Kerry with a K.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd work.
Yeah, they could have gone there for Sue Storm. I don't know if she's too old. She's 38. Yeah, they're going with a younger cast.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be what, teenagers or?
You can't tell if she's
around
invisible.
A little bit older than.
As long as you can sound it.
A little bit older than us. So they could have gone with that, but she was already in the first Fantastic Four movies, and that was a brilliant move because she's blind and she probably doesn't even know what race she is. And she already looks a bit mixed, so I don't think it really matters.
They should just do what Captain Planet did. Just bring kids of every race in them. Give everyone races of power.
Indian Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, God. So, it comes down to...
the Thing.
There's a lot of options that they could have taken, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah. The thing with the whole quota thing, it doesn't really... It's not really so much of a positive thing even for that particular race, because it feels sort of... condescending in a way. Like, oh, do you like this movie?
Here it is.
It's good.
Careful.
You're wrong about this.
Careful. This has been really rough so far.
It's good to see. It's good to see black people in film. Even
Get out, Sam. Get out.
It's like playing Operation. You just hit the side.
Even if it's just for marketing and they're just trying to appeal to a demographic and it's just to make them more money. Just so to the more black people you see in powerful positions. This is why I'm for affirmative action. Yes, allowing black people into their schools. Should I be saying African Americans? I don't understand. Okay.
He's dead. He's dead.
Put them in the public eye, and then that sinks into the public conscience. That's good.
Yeah.
Even if it is patronizing or pandering or whatever.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, exactly. black people can be superheroes.
Just do it enough until we
I
can't.
mean, they're
know,
already,
like,
and that's the thing, Sam. They're already black superheroes that they can focus on. But that's
Yeah,
the
they don't
thing.
need to transform.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're not
Do you want to
popular.
do you want to put them in the lead role? As I said,
Yeah.
all black Fantastic Four. That's not marketable. A black superhero in the lead role. How do we market this?
Yeah.
That's
Sure,
why
you
they
couldn't
waited
just
so
do
long.
a black
for these.
superhero. It has to be part of a black guy on a team.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the
right,
way they
yeah.
hit all these demographics
True.
without risking anything.
Man, but I go to a Black Panther movie for sure.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Black Batman.
where's your Asian superhero? Come on.
They have plenty of superheroes, don't they? They have tons of superheroes. in
Doctor
anime.
Strange is kind of Asian.
No, he's not. Is he?
No, he's not.
He's
At
just
all.
They're strange.
He's a weirdo.
He's just a weirdo. Yeah, like most Asian people, right? They're weird, right, Mark? Is that what you meant to say?
Oh yeah.
You fucking racist.
Oh yeah.
We're all racist now. There we go. You happy?
This is the most racist.
Racist.
This is the most racist podcast
Race al
on the
Ghul.
internet. He could be black.
You see my face? Oh my god! I'm like, ugh.
What?
I'm confused.
Let's just make every supervillain black.
Not even African American, but just black, like the Void, so we can tell if they're like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
know who the
It's
bad
like a
guys
black hole. Yeah.
are. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, that was the villain in Interstellar. Was a black hole,
True.
and,
Was
it,
that
didn't-
also the
and it
villain?
wasn't racist because they had a black guy in there who did not die first. He did not
Did he
die.
die? Spoilers.
Maybe.
Wow.
Kaboom!
You're not necessarily gonna know who the black guy is, so it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah. Only if you can see color, you racist pig.
But I can't. I'm colorblind. I can't even see traffic lights all that way. I have to memorize what
I
position.
should not be on the road.
Yeah. Sir, what's the color of your car? Shit.
You tell me, officer.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I was just saving it.
Okay.
I think.
Corrupted
Can I
file.
save it while it's?
No, it can't.
Oh, do I have to stop it?
Yeah, if you
All
want
right.
to. Corrupted.
All or
Good to go.
Reggie, I mean, I'm fine with driving.
okay.
Either way.
I'm
I can
good
control
to
you.
go.
I mean, I'm
You're
not.
already drunk, Reggie.
Yeah, that's what I've just been fucking putting into my mouth hole and swallowing with my mouth
Hey.
muscles.
Speaking of black superheroes, what about Hancock? He's a superhero.
Hancock.
Black
There we
superhero,
go.
yeah.
Will Smith.
That was
White
Will
people love Will Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, they do.
We love Will.
Yeah. When there's a will, there's a way.
Oh.
Except with After Earth, when there was a will.
There was a Jaden.
There was a way out of the
in there.
movie. Yeah. Yeah.
Even Will wasn't looking that good in that movie.
Mm.
Jeez, no one looked good coming away from that movie.
Yeah, and this is what it's actually a good point I wanted to bring up. Since we're okay, so I'm just going to end that segment with, case by case basis. I'm a little torn on certain issues, so there you go. I hope I didn't come off as an asshole, but if I did, whatever.
You did not.
Okay.
I kind of felt like an asshole.
Yeah, you did though. You
So
failed.
I'm gonna
You
make
failed the
same
test.
Disclaimer.
You failed the test.
I'm not racist, and if I keep saying that, it'll be true.
Yeah. I mean, you have a black friend, right?
Yeah, he's not here right now.
Yeah, he's gone. He's off somewhere. Yeah. There we go. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that forever.
Done.
We're done with that.
Dunzo.